this annoying hair here. Oh my god, baby hair. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Justine, and today I've decided to speak about something that has been bugging me for a while, to be honest. And I had other videos planned. I kind of wanted to do like a breakfast type video or something a bit more complicated that would take more time to like film and edit, but since we're in the midst of midterms, I was like, hell no, no time for that. So I'm just gonna do a sit down video that I had planned to do eventually, but I was like, you know what, I'll just do it now. It's still relevant and I want to talk about it. I want to get like just talk and just get all my ideas out there and get your guys' feedback on what you've experienced and anyway, things like that. So as I'm sure you can tell by the title, today I want to talk about the idea that we are just a nurse. Now, this is something that really bugs me. I feel like through social media, through TV shows, through just the history of how nursing has always been portrayed, we have, especially like back in the day when the doctors were here, the nurses were here, and we would just like do whatever they told us to do. We were just a nurse. And the number of times that I have caught myself saying, I'm just a nurse, is insane. It's not okay. The number of times that either mostly would be like a family member would ask me a question and that I didn't have the answer to because I honestly didn't know. I was gonna go look and find and get back to them on it. But when, oh my god, I'm out of breath. When they would ask me, I would say, or I still often catch myself saying, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know, I'm just a nurse. And then I stop and I think, no, I'm not just the nurse. I am this patient's nurse. I am a nurse. I'm the nurse assigned to this patient today. And I'm not just a nurse. It's ridiculous to say that we're just nurses. Now you can see how this is aggravating me. I find that we really underestimate the effect that we have on these patients' lives, on these patients' recoveries. This is an example. And also to doctors, like a doctor will ask me a question and I'll also say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know, I'm just the nurse. No, you're not just a nurse. And my head nurse has told us so many times, just get that out of our heads because it really like bums us out. You feel like, oh, I'm just a nurse, you know? But no, you're not. You're the nurse. You are one of the most important members of the healthcare team. You are with that patient, I guess depending on whatever. Nurses are with this patient, with every patient, 24 hours a day. We know these patients better than anyone on the healthcare team does, especially when you've been following a patient for a really long time. You know this patient, you can tell. Like, as nurses, we get that instinct when we just know something's wrong. Like, you'll walk past a room and you'll hear a patient breathing a certain way and you just kind of stop and look in just because something just wasn't right. And you stop and look in, and even if it's not your patient, sometimes I'll do this. I'll just walk by and I'm like, I don't know if I like that. So I stop, I just stare at the patient like for a few seconds, few minutes, and then when I see that they're okay, I'm like, okay, I'll walk by, or if something's wrong, I'll intervene or let their nurse know or whatever. But where was I going with this? Yes, with doctors. My friend was telling me the other day, she works on a surgical floor. And she was telling me that the surgeons will do their rounds in the morning. I guess they'll go to each room. I don't work on a surgical floor, so I don't know exactly how this works. But they'll go into all the rooms, I guess, for like 5 minutes and talk to the patients and see how they're doing. And then after that, they have what they call discharge rounds, where everyone sits, I guess, at the nursing station, the doctors, the nurses, the PT, OT, whatever, and they decide on who gets to go home and who doesn't, depending on their assessment for that morning. And my friend was telling me that one of the surgeons during these discharge rounds was saying, oh yes, patient X, yeah, he's good, he can go home. And my friend just intervened and she's like, no he can't, he's still puking up his food, are you kidding me? Like, they don't know what we know, you know, we're there with those patients all the time. We are so important to their care. Had it not been for my friend standing up and saying that, patient would have been sent home and would have been brought back that same evening. Like, it's just crazy. This issue just, it gets me, because I know there have been so many videos online, like so many emotional videos. I cry every time that say, you're not just a nurse, and you'll have like the NICU nurses and the peds nurses, and it's so beautiful, and you just cry because you realize how important you are. And as a nursing student as well, you often feel like you are to no value to these patients, because you can't do everything, you don't know everything, and you're always like with the nurse. You feel like the nurse is the sole provider for this patient. But I've been a nursing student, obviously, and I've worked with nursing students, and nursing students are so caring. Like, I guess they have more time. So my memory card was full, so I had to upload whatever I had, and I can't remember where it was. I think I was talking about nursing students. Yes, nursing students. Okay, so nursing students are so caring, they have time, and they really provide the basic needs of the patients that I find as nurses we don't always have time to get to, because we don't have time, because we are overworked, we have too many patients, whatever, I'm gonna complain and everything, but anyway, but that basic care is really what makes a difference. Taking the time to bring the patient up to the bathroom. Some patients, it can take you honestly 20 minutes to go to the bathroom and back. But you know what? Just doing that gets them up, gets them walking, increases their autonomy, makes them feel better about themselves, gets their blood flowing, better than just telling them, just go in the brief and we'll just change you after. That's the easiest way to do it, but it's the worst way to do it. And I don't know where I was going with this, but yes, basic needs, that's what nursing is about. Yeah. Another thing, oh yeah, this happened to me the other day. I don't know how this is going to relate, but it's just an anecdote, and I thought it would be part of... Anyway, I had this patient, I think she was in the hospital for CHF or something, and she was complaining of pain on her foot. And this woman was a Russian. She was not unilingual, but she had some trouble like expressing herself in English. And so I do my full pain assessment, and her feet were very edematous. So at first I thought that maybe it was just the edema like with her slippers that were hurting her foot. But then I noticed that it was only one foot. And then I noticed that I like palpated each of her toes, and it was only her second toe that was hurting. And then I looked at the toe, and the toenail was blue. And it was really just that toe. And so I was like, I couldn't really get the story on when the pain started, but I kind of understood that it was when she got to the hospital, so that maybe she banged it, she fractured it, I don't know. So it was on evening shifts, and the only person there was the med student. So I tell the med student, and when I told him, he laughed. He laughed in my face, because he thought, I guess, that it was a stupid issue, that why would I go assess a toe when I have all these patients that have more important diseases? Fine, I get it. I completely understand it. I told him, it's not like pressing, but this woman can't walk because of the pain in her foot. Now, can you please go assess her and do something about it? And to him, I guess maybe it was just like, it's just a toe, who cares, Or I don't know what he was thinking, but that's kind of the impression that I got. And as a nurse, I was thinking, well, you know what? This woman, yes, her toe hurts, but it means that her entire foot hurts. It means that maybe she can't wear her shoes, which means that she can't walk to the bathroom, which means that she is going to spend more time in bed. She might not get up for meals anymore because she can't walk, which means that she is at risk of altered skin integrity. She's at risk of pressure ulcers. She's at risk of muscle atrophy. She's at risk of just overall like degeneration, I think that's a word, because of that one toe. And that is, I guess the toe aspect of it is the medical diagnosis, but the impacts that it has on her ADLs in the hospital and her autonomy, that's a nursing diagnosis. And that's something that as nurses we see that med students and doctors are not taught to see. And there goes the importance of our nursing impressions, our nursing diagnosis, our nursing hearts. I don't mean to be cheesy, but it's true. So yeah, I know I'm rambling and I really don't make any sense, but this is just an issue that really gets to me because it really like brings me down, and I'm like, I'm just a nurse, you know, what do I know? But no, you're not just a nurse. You are a nurse. You are the nurse to that patient, and a lot of the times we make their days better. I hate to admit it, it's true. Like, we are the ones that interact with these patients all day. We are the ones that give them their care. We see them go through tears and joy and like just their whole stay at the hospital. We're there for that. And I guess, yeah, that's just what I wanted to say, that you guys are, oh, my cats are fighting. Lovely. That you are not just a nurse, and just whether you're a nursing student and you already feel defeated, whether you're a nurse, you feel defeated, just keep that in mind. You are not just a nurse. You are the nurse.